another battle report. This one's going to be 1500 points. As you can see, round 2 of the Baron, the Duke that I fought in the last battle wants his revenge for making him run away like the coward that he is. Let's see if he can get his revenge. So I've gone with a bit of a different dwarf list. I wanted to try some things out. I had some things printed that I wanted to use. A couple of fun items. So me and Tom, we agreed that this would be a bit more of a casual game, a bit less beardy, a bit less cheesy, a bit less competitive. Or so I thought. Wait until you see what's in his list. It's unbelievable. I think he really desperately wanted some revenge for what my dwarves did to him last time, where they made that Pegasus Death Star of Doom flee and run off the board. If you haven't seen that battle report, it's the last one on the channel, so go give that a look. While you're there, if you want to give me a subscribe, I was steadily growing, and I think I killed my channel a little bit because I didn't upload for a while. So if you could do all the stuff, subscribe, share, like, comment, all those things, it'll help out a lot, I think. Anyway, I'll go through my list first, and then I'll go through Tom's list of the Bretonnian Exiles, and we'll see what we've got. My list is just a normal dwarf list. It's not royal clans or exiles, but I am working on printing stuff for those. So the things I've got here, that not everything's painted, but it's more painted than the Bretonnian army. That's all that matters. And I've got a bit of a proxy here because I forgot to bring one of the models that I have printed. I'll probably put a picture of it on the channel. You can see, if you go back, there's a video of me painting it. Anyway, so in my list, there is what's in my list? Let's have a look. So I've got a Demon Slayer. He is down here. This guy at the front here. Oh, I've got a little hand now. What the hell happened there? Why is it? Oh, there we go. He's here. This guy, Demon Slayer. He has an additional hand weapon. I probably should have given him a great weapon, because they're probably never going to get a charge because they're so slow. So I should probably just give them all great weapons, to be fair. But he's got Master Rune of Alric the Mad, which means there's no armor saves permitted against his attacks. The Rune of Wrath, which gives him an additional attack, I believe. And then he's got Rune of the Dishonored, which is one of the new tattoos as well. Which basically means that once he takes his last wound, or when he's down to his last wound remaining, he gains a 3-up ward save, which is really good. However, if he doesn't die, then he gives up his opponent. My opponent gets his points to add to their victory points. If he does die, my opponent doesn't get any victory points for him. So it's one of those where you're going to want to kill him, but you also don't want to kill him. But you kind of want to just avoid him. So he's 243 points. So if he stays alive at the end of the game, Tom will get 243 points. So it's quite a big deal, I think, there. Does he have anything else on him? No, don't think so. Okay. That's all he's got. Next up, I've got a Dwarf Engineer who's just hanging out in the front of this warrior unit. He doesn't have anything. I think he's just a standard Dwarf Engineer. Yep. And then next to that is my absolute favourite unit. She's going to be coming to every single battle I ever do now with dwarves forever and always. The Thane with the gun. She's got handgun, a shield, massive rune of bursting flame, massive rune of rapid fire, and rune of accuracy. It's unbelievable. It's so good. She gets 2 shots, 24-inch range, always hits on 2s, and every hit goes into 2d3 hits. So she gets 4d3 hits if she hits with both of them. Strength 4. It's just unbelievable. AP 1 with armor being 1. So good at just killing things like this. I mean, killing this, just the amount of shots, good at killing knights. Oh my god, she's so good. I'm liking the handgun as well. I think I said in a previous battle, I think I prefer to have her with a a crossbow, but I think actually a handgun is just as good because she can move and shoot without penalty. And it's automatically got the AP on it, which is good, rather than having to rely on armor bane. Anyway, next up we've got 20 dwarf warriors with the great weapons, shields, full command, and rune of battle. Pretty standard loadout for these guys. Dwarf warriors are dwarf warriors; they're just really good. 10 points model, toughness 4, 4 up armor save, great weapons, strength 3, weapon skill 4. Really good unit. I think, did I give them drilled and everything this time around? Yeah, I did. Drilled veterans. So they're just really good. And then I've got 15 rangers. Again, pretty standard loadout for these guys. They've got great weapons, crossbows. The banner's got the rune of courage. Because I didn't know I was there. I didn't know if Tom was bringing lizardmen or Bretonnians or... So I just given them what I would normally give them. I'm not sure if there's anything in Bretonnia that can cause terror or fear. Maybe there's some knightly virtues or magic items or something that can do it. Not 100% sure. Anyway, that's what they've got. 15 of them. Then I've got a grudge thrower, which is over here behind this hill. Like this cliff, I suppose. Then we've got a dwarf cart. Just to add a bit of movement in, give everyone +1 movement. Really good. And then this unit here is a goblin hewer. Like I said, I painted it up on the channel. You can go and see it. The goblin hewer. I forgot to bring the model with me. I packed everything up, got there, opened the box. I was like, disaster. But this is a goblin hewer. And then I've got 3 doom seekers. 3 individual doom seekers. These also don't give the points in the same way the Slayer doesn't. So none of these are worth any points to my opponent if he kills them. Brilliant. I think it worked out about 500 points or something. Because 2 of them are 75 points and 1 of them is 95 points. They've all got a rune of might to give them +1 strength. And then they've got various... One of them's got a rune of blazing fury. I don't even know what that does. I think it gives him flaming attacks. Yeah, it's just to make them different, so the runes are different on them. Another one has the rune of speed, so he's got +1 initiative. And another one's got a rune of wrath and a rune of fire. So they're all a bit different. But they all kind of do the same thing. They all basically end up being strength 6. Because they're strength 5 base. Doom Seekers are really interesting little units. Because they just run about by themselves. They've got 360 line of sight. Strength 5. They go down with characters because they are characters. So they all deploy together. They've got Vanguard. They've got kind of like a dwarf version of Swift Stride. They only get 3 inches extra on their declare range. And then they can add a D3 to it instead of a D6. They do impact hits, which use the profile of their Whirling Fury, or whatever is their melee weapons. So that gets +1 strength as well. Death Blow, which is just a strength 3 hit, which is nothing really. They've got ground weapons, so they're automatically AP 1 on their weapons. Yeah, so I don't think they get anything else. Doomseeker, blah, immune psychology, hatred, dogs and goblins, yeah, impact hits, D3+1, loner. They've all got MR2 as well, magic resistance 2, which is really good. Yep. They always wound on a 4-up, regardless of the opponent's toughness, but being strength 6 is that's pretty unlikely. Unless you're going to come to some toughness 7, but there's not too much. But like going into like a Steam Deck or something, that'd be really good. And that is my list. Let's see if we see what Tom's list is. Okay, so Tom has got... It's just, I think it's 5 squires with a musician in them and scout over on this side. Let's see. And then he's just got 5 Knights of the Realm. They don't have any upgrades, so no command or anything in there, just to fill his core up. And then in the middle here, he's got, this is 35 Yeoman Guard with polearms and shields. And they've got the full command, all 4 of the command models in there. So the Warden, the Grail Monk, Standard Bearer and Musician. The Grail Monk has the Blessed Trip. I don't know what that's called. What is that? It gives him Stubborn. Good. Also in there is an Outcast Wizard. Level 3 with Elementalism. And the Ruby Ring of Ruin. I think she also had the Lore Familiar. What spells did she have? She had Wind Blast, Plague of Rust, Earthen Ramparts. I don't remember what the fourth spell was. I don't remember. It never came up. Or maybe it didn't, I just don't remember. Anyway, I don't remember what the fourth... Oh no, she's level 3. So those are the 3 spells. That's why I don't remember what it was. He did a Bombard, using my cannon again. He really needs to get himself a Bombard, because my dwarves aren't going to betray me. Let's just put it that way. There's some foreshadowing for you. Alright. And then, like I said, I thought we were playing a casual game. I brought a Goblin Hewer and a bunch of Doomseekers just running the table. You know, I didn't bring any Standard Bearer with Master Runic Rugni, so no Warthaven and stuff. I was just here for a good time. Tom had brought a unit of 5 Pegasus with full upgrades, full command. And they had, did they have the Exiles Vow? I think they had the Exiles Vow as well. What does that give them? Stubborn Veteran, yeah, all that stuff. Cool. And, oh, what have I done here? Hang on. I've broken something. Oh no, here. So they, yeah, the Banner of the Zealous Knight, which is the one that gives them Vanguard, I think. So they had Vanguard as well. Yeah, they did have the Exiles Vow. Yeah, so 5 Pegasus Knights. But then in the unit, he had a Paladin, who was the Battle Center Bearer, with the Banner of Shalons. Whatever that is. So you can't stand his shoe against them. Look at him tailoring his list to come against Dwarfs. He didn't want to get run into any Iron Drakes again, I think, is the problem. I don't even have any with me. So, there you go. What else did it have? It had a bunch of magic items and stuff as well. On a Pegasus, obviously, Exile's Vow. You had the Virtue of the Impetuous Knight, which gives them Impetuous, but increases their charge range by 3 and they get an additional D3 modifier as a result. Okay. Cool. Then you had Lance and the Granroll Greyhound, so you had a 2-up save. Nice. Cool. Also in the unit was a Baron on a Pegasus who had a shield, Exile's Vow, Virtue of Knightly Temper, gets extra D3 attacks and hatred all enemies. Okay, brilliant. Seems good. And then you had the Frontier Axe, which, what the hell does that do? I don't even know what that is. +2 strength, AP -3, so it's like a great weapon, but better. Multiple wounds too. Oh my god, it's so good. Then he had, there's more stuff. He had more stuff in his unit. Just gotta find it. The Gauntlet of the Jewel, 1 Gauntlet of the Jewel, and Syrene's Locket. I don't know what these things do. Gauntlet of the Jewel, I don't remember. Alright, so you can't refuse challenges with him. And then Syrene's Locket. Models your troop type is infantry or cavalry. Bearer is immune to multiple wound special rule. Brilliant. So that was Tom's list. Yeah, just really casual unit over here. Nothing, no big deal. Just chilling out. Alright. So then my Vanguard move. I went 3 inches forward. Come on, boys. So slow. And then Tom's Vanguard move, he just moved up this flank a bit. Alright, I got first turn. I just moved forward. I moved my Doomseekers and my Slayer up behind this rock to just hide, basically. Trying to countercharge, I suppose. If the Yeomen come up this flank and the Pegasus come up this flank, I can just I can go either way. I can rotate by 3 inches. Oh no, I moved 4 inches here because I had my cart gave them an additional movement. So they must have gone 8 up to here. My Thane has moved up, just in range to shoot some yeomen. My warriors move forward a little bit. I think I moved them a little bit further forward later on, just so that she wouldn't be closest to this unit to get fireballed. And then my rangers stood still. Yep, nothing else moved. I think I just stayed where I was. Shooting. The most important part of a dwarf's turn. She shot, my ranger shot, and the grudge thrower all shot into this unit. And I think I killed 13 of them. Passed the panic test. But yeah, I don't think that unit is very long for this world, facing off against that amount of firepower. So they're gonna have to make some moves. I think something's gonna have to happen. These Pegasus are gonna have to come in and help out. So Tom's first turn, he just moved his knights up. These guys moved forward. Nothing major happened. Then he moved his Pegasus knight over here. Now this was, I've been bullying Tom a little bit about how casual this unit was. I was getting inside his head. It's the mind games had started, and I was like, "Come on, I've got what? This was I think an 11-inch charge for these two guys to get into this Pegasus. This one might have been a 12-inch charge. I can't remember. And I was like, "Come on, just give me the chance to get that 11 or 12-inch charge, because their maximum is 12. Because they got movement 3, I could roll a 6 on the 2 dice, and then they add a d3, which is 3. So their max is 12. But I'd need to roll a 6 followed by a 5 or a 6. So it's a hard charge, especially with 2 of them. So he did. He just moved him a little bit. He was like, "All right, go on then. I'll let you have an 11 and a 12-inch charge." So I got him. That's it. I won. In his head. Get him to do things he doesn't want to do. Because, I mean, to be fair, if he hadn't have done that, like he shouldn't have done, if he'd have just left them outside of 12, this was probably going to be a bad time for me. I'd have had to just shoot them with the Goblin Hero. I might have done something. These would have had to turn around. Otherwise, these would charge it here, flank charge here. This would be a disaster. My entire army would just crumble and die, because this unit will kill everything it touches. So that's Tom's movement. He tried to do a bit of magic. I think he basically rolled exactly like 1 less than he needed because of my magic resistance on the rangers and on the warriors. My turn 2. Charge is declared. Charge is successful. I rolled a 12 on both of them. Huge charges. So the first one went in. As you can see here. The first guy goes, makes contact with this one. And so I just put him in the middle. So then what happens is they all have to, because they're skirmished, but this is what we think. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. We read the rules a couple of times. They all just have to form up behind that one who's in base contact, because they can't get into base contact. Because he's only got a tiny 25mm base, and he's into the side of this bigger base. I can't remember, it's like a 60mm or something. Maybe I would have had to go to the corner, but I don't think so, right? I just maximize, and then because they're skirmished and I'm skirmished, I think that's how it works. I just make shortest to shortest, so I just end up in the middle of his base. So anyway, this guy made it in first, and then they all had to form up behind this. So this is Baron over here. Or is Battle Center Baron? I'm not sure. I think this is a Baron. And then this is Battle Center, but this is the other one. So neither of them are in the fighting rank. This is bad news, because now they can't attack, they can't challenge, they're just kind of out to fight, and they have to kind of hope that this guy does the business. Then the next guy charges in and just plops himself there. Cool. So yeah, as you can see, this guy was running over. He failed his charge. I think he was out of range, this guy. My Slayer, my Demon Slayer, is like, I'm just going to go after these guys. If they charge me, great. If they kill me, great. They don't get any points from me. But I'm pretty sure that if they charge him, he'll just chop a bunch of them up. So I'm not worried about that. I tie my warriors round in case this goes horribly wrong, like I'm expecting it to. Because these guys have got no armor, no saves, no anything. Turn these guys round in anticipation for this to come in. I think she moved a little bit just to get in range again of the cavalry over on this flank over here. I think that's what she does. Yeah, she shoots at those guys, kills 3 of them. My grudge thrower fires at these guys again, and my rangers fire at them. I didn't kill hardly any because they had earthen ramparts. That's what this token's for. I forgot to mention that's what he did in his turn. I think I only killed like a couple of them, maybe 3 or 4. That's why I shot her at these guys. Oh my god, the boys did the business. They did the business. They killed. The impact hits. I rolled 1 on the D3 for both of them, I think. And then again, I rolled really low for their 2D3 attacks. I hardly got any attacks off of these guys, but I got enough attacks off that I did 5 wounds to them. So I won combat by 3. Unbelievable, because once I'd killed this front guy, that was the fighting rank gone, so none of them could push up to attack. So this was just great, really great for these dwarfs. So then what happened was they rolled their save, and they rolled I think a 3 or a 4, really low. So it was going to be a give ground. I think these guys should have moved up as well. When the first guy killed the first one, they should have moved up. So they were probably a bit closer than this, actually. Because they were up here. Because they pushed forward, right? So they actually would have been base to base with me. Because I killed these 2, and then these guys would have moved. They would have, I can't remember what it's called, like push forward or something, whatever it's called, where they move into the fighting rank. Anyway, yeah, he gave ground, which was fine. However, if he gives ground, he's gonna stay in this position, right? Because he can't reform or anything with it. So the same thing's gonna happen next turn, where I just go into this musician, and again his 2 characters can't attack, and I'm just gonna put a bunch of attacks into the units. So, being the tactical genius that my opponent is, he said to me, "I think I can re-roll this, even though I passed. I think I can re-roll with the Battle Standard Bearer," which I thought. That doesn't sound right. I think you can probably only reroll fails. However, I think it's break tests. You can reroll failed panic or what's the other one for Battle Center Bearer? It's panic or the other one that you can reroll failed tests, but break tests you can reroll the 2 dice. It says it changes the wording. Sure. So okay. So he rerolled. And once again, these Pegasus Knights rolled like an 11, I think, on the 2 dice, and they just fled. And that's what you get for, that's just what you get. Once a coward, always a coward. That's what these Pegasus Knights are now from now on. This is just how I know them to be. I had nothing to worry about because they were just going to run away. Anyway, so then he rolled his dice. He was like, I'm going to use Swift Stride. Okay. He rolled a 7, and he's 3 Swift Stride dice. That's what this dice is here. This is my pursue roll, because I was like, I'm going to pursue both. And the first one rolled nothing, basically, like a 2, I think. I think I rolled a 3. And the second one, I was like, I need to roll an 8, and I'll catch you. This is 7 inches, just over 7 inches, because they went a bit of a diagonal. So this is just over 7 inches. All right. Come on, dwarfs. Run them down. God, those Pegasus, they have the worst time against my dwarfs. The worst time. But that's what you get for trying to, use the rules to be fancy. You should just use the rules as he didn't cheat. He didn't do them wrong. It was correct what he did. But try to be too fancy. Oh, also, I don't know if you see this in the previous This cannon on Tom's first turn shot at my goblin hewer. Misfired. Couldn't shoot this turn he rolled, so one of the crew died. The next turn, shot at my goblin hewer. Misfired. Killed one of the crew. Couldn't shoot this turn. This is Tom's turn. He just moves forward. Doesn't declare a charge against my Slayer. Just moves forward a bit. Tries to move these guys up around there. He squares charge my Grudge Thrower. I was never worried about this. This is. I mean, what are they going to do, right? They don't have poison attack or anything. They're going to take 5 shots at my Grudge Thrower. I'm toughness 7, 6, 7, something like that. Alright, fine. You might kill one of the crew every 2 turns, sure. Tom agreed with this and decided to charge me. He thought maybe I've got a better chance in combat. And I think he probably did have a better in combat, because, I'm still toughness 4 against his strength 3. But it's a better... it's better than wounding on 6s, wounding on 5s, right? So, charged him. Lost combat. Because it was a draw. Neither of us killed anybody. However, my engineer had entrenched that Grudge Thrower, so it was +1 to combat res. So I won by 1, and he fled. And I caught him because dwarfs are fast. It's because we bought the beer. That's what it was. The card. The beer was giving everyone there just a bit extra speed, bit of extra pep in their step. So then my turn 3, 4, I can't remember. My Slayer, Demon Slayer charged this unit. He chose to flee. So I failed my charge. Okay. My Thane killed the last of the 2 horses. My Rangers and the Grudge Thrower put some more shots into these guys. I think the Grudge Thrower missed. The Rangers killed a couple more. Sure. And then my Doom Squad, Doom Seekers are going after that cannon. Okay, Tom's next turn. Fled again. I think this is probably after my shooting as well, look. Fled again, so I think I chased him again, kept going. I did some more shooting into him probably. These guys were declared the charge on this guy. 2 of them got in. Bye-bye cannon. I think he did hit one of his turns onto my Goblin Hewer. I think he killed 2 of the crew. He did 2 wounds to it, which is mental because it's D3 + 1. So, really unlucky again there. Killed that, and I think that's the end of the game because it goes into his turn, and these guys need to want to rally. And they don't, and that's the last picture I've got. They just ran off the table at this point. So, we were playing, not that it matters, but we were playing the mission with the tower in the middle, the place of power, whatever, and we made it a place of power, so it was worth an additional 50 points. So if you control this, it was 250. So I think adding it all up, what happened was I ended up with about 2,000 points at the end. But Tom, who didn't kill a model, not a single dwarf died, unless you count the 2 crew from the Goblin Hewer, but it was still strong. I think they just left. They didn't want to get hit by a cannonball. They didn't die. So he got the 500 points because none of my Slayers died. Doomseekers. What was it? 243 plus 150. So what's that? 393 plus another 95, 398. So yeah, like 500 points worth of stuff, nearly 480, whatever it is, 480 points, 490 points. So maths, something like that. But yeah, he got nearly 500 points worth of stuff. Didn't have to do anything. So I think it's still at 20-0 though, because it's a 1500 point game. Not too bad. I actually think Doomseekers are pretty good because your opponent has to deal with them, right? You can just kind of spread them out into the middle of the field, and if they kill them, it's not the end of the world because they're only about 75 points each. But and you don't lose the points to them anyway for the victory points. So I'm 500 points denying, right? So my opponent has to do a lot to be able to get a 20-0 against me at a tournament or anything like that. So I think they're pretty good for that. But also you have to deal with them, right? Because strength 6 with 2d3 attacks, impact hits, potentially, they're going to do some damage if they hit something. So yeah, I think Doomseekers are... I'm going to be using them again in the future. I've got 3 of them at the minute. I think that's all I can take really reasonably. So I'm in the process of printing out like a full Slayer list, where you take like Ungrim, so you unlock Slayers as core, and then I'm just going to have a big block of core Slayers, a couple of Goblin Hewers, 3 Doomseekers, a few more Slayer characters, a couple of carts to help them move about. We'll see how that gets on. But yeah, these Pegasus, they bravely ran away. Well, a bunch of cowards. Anyway, if you're still here, thanks for watching. Like I said at the beginning, if you could subscribe and comment, share, do all this other stuff, it'll help the channel. Because we have slowed down a bit in our growth, but that's fine. Yeah. Anyway, next time I've got another battle report that I'm doing as well at the minute, which is against Wolves of the Sea. So that'll be up shortly after this one goes out. So yeah, look forward to that one. That was another fun battle. Bit of a different list again. Anyway, see ya.